Where does mineral-based sunscreen fall in those two categories you just laid out?
So mineral-based is going to be kind of like mineral makeup, and the idea is to use...
In October 2025, Megyn Kelly stepped out and the world paused. Photos of the once dominant Fox News anchor flooded social media. Fans stared, whispers turned into threads, and countless fingers hovered over keyboards, typing the same question. Is that really her? Plastic surgeons immediately weighed in. One didn't mince words, calling her recent procedures uneven and pointing out glaring flaws. But Megyn remained silent, letting speculation swell. What she was hiding about her latest surgeries would soon dominate headlines. Born on November 18, 1970 in Champaign, Illinois, Megyn was the youngest of 3 children. Her father, Edward Kelly, a political science professor at SUNY Albany, was a man whose mind was always on fire, filling the home with heated debates and lofty ideas. Her mother, Linda, carried Italian and German roots, creating a household of care and order. Life was simple but structured, with education at its heart. Megyn's earliest days at Tecumseh Elementary showcased a precocious curiosity and a natural confidence in speaking her mind. By age 9, the family moved to Delmare, New York, a quieter town, yet Edward ensured lively political discussions remained part of daily life. Dinner tables became mini debates, and Megyn thrived on defending her point of view. Religion, too, played a formative role. Her father's Irish Catholic background meant regular church attendance, youth groups, and lessons in morality. These early experiences would later shape her poise, moral compass, and unshakable confidence, even as her faith evolved through personal trials. High school at Bethlehem Central became her next stage. Megyn shined as cheerleading captain, orchestrating pep rallies and school events with precision and energy. She also excelled in basketball and field hockey, blending performance with discipline. Bullying stung, but each sting honed her focus and resilience. She graduated as a standout student, later honored in her high school's Hall of Fame in 2015. Yet, life's first major blow arrived in December 1985. Her father, only 47, suffered a sudden heart attack just 10 days before Christmas. Megyn was 15. Her mother returned to work as a nurse at a veterans hospital, keeping the family afloat. Grief became a constant companion, but it also etched a lesson into her psyche. Nothing is guaranteed, and ambition requires relentless pursuit. Megyn applied to the elite SI Newhouse School at Syracuse in 1988, but faced rejection. She pivoted to the Maxwell School, majoring in political science. She thrived in debate clubs, developing the analytical rigor that would define her journalism. Internships at WSYM in Syracuse between 1988 and 1992 introduced her to the nuts and bolts of storytelling, bridging her legal precision with on-camera instincts. Law school at Albany in 1992 further polished her skill set, editing the Law Review, joining student governance, and excelling in moot court competitions. She combined intellect with tireless work ethic. Summers spent rewriting briefs and practicing arguments honed a persistence that would carry her through the most brutal newsroom battles. By 1994, her First Amendment advocacy earned national recognition. Graduating in 1995, she waited tables while studying for the bar, $100,000 in student debt looming. Yet, she passed on the first attempt and joined Jones Day in New York, clocking over 3,000 hours of work in her first year alone. Chicago, Washington, and back again marked the next chapter. Handling high-stakes securities litigation, class action lawsuits, and EPA challenges, Megyn quickly built a reputation for precision, focus, and relentless drive. But the September 11th attacks shifted her perspective. Watching media coverage, she realized reporting was not just storytelling. It was shaping the narrative. Burned out, but inspired, she created a demo tape explaining legal news for TV. It was her first step into journalism. By March 2003, Megyn freelanced at WGLA in D.C. Election night 2004 became her breakthrough. Reporting live from Ohio's swing state, she pressed voters on fears, hopes, and clarity, cutting straight to the heart of the matter. CNN executives took notice, but Fox had already set its sights on her. By 2007, she co-anchored America's Newsroom, leading viewership growth and asserting herself as a journalist unafraid to challenge politicians and guests alike. Her defining moments multiplied, exposing healthcare enrollment discrepancies with a simple raised hand, confronting the Supreme Court over abortion rights, and breaking news on Justice Sandra Day O'Connor's retirement. Her rise was not just about ambition. It was about fearlessness, preparation, and timing. Yet, with prominence came friction. Despite ratings, salary disputes arose, particularly regarding gender pay gaps. Megyn fought and won, setting a precedent for women across the network. Moderating debates, she directly challenged figures like Joe Biden, Paul Ryan, and later Donald Trump, who publicly lashed out, making controversial remarks that ignited media frenzy. Megyn's life was no longer private. FBI protection became necessary as threats poured in. NBC offered her a historic $69 million contract in 2017, signaling faith in her brand. But the transition was turbulent. A high-profile interview with Alex Jones drew outrage, sponsorship withdrawals, and a rapid ratings decline. Subsequent shows struggled to find balance between Megyn's direct style and morning TV expectations. Even personal life suffered. Her marriage to novelist Doug Brunt faced strain, compounded by rumors and emotional betrayals she later discussed on her podcast. Sleep deprivation and the pressures of raising 3 children while maintaining on-air performance took their toll. Her appearance, too, became a lightning rod. Fans scrutinized every photo. She admitted to Botox but avoided fillers. Plastic surgeons speculated about rhinoplasty, with critics calling some results sloppy. Media figures like Don Lemon added fuel to the fire, sparking debates across social media. Yet Megyn used the moments to advocate for personal choice and self-expression, framing the conversation on autonomy rather than vanity. Tragedy struck again in October 2022 when her older sister, Suzanne, died suddenly from a heart attack at 58. Megyn stepped away from her podcast, returning with reflections on grief, therapy, and the complex dynamics of sibling bonds. This was the first time the spotlight softened around her, allowing space for genuine vulnerability. By October 2025, Megyn had rebuilt her media empire. With a multi-year deal at SiriusXM, her show aired unfiltered on Channel 111, replacing the old Triumph lineup. Bold interviews with figures like Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth demonstrated she retained her edge. Social media presence soared, with millions of YouTube subscribers engaging directly with her commentary. She had full creative control, no corporate leash, no compromise on voice. Throughout her career, Megyn Kelly's story blended relentless ambition, professional triumphs, personal tragedy, and public scrutiny. She mastered the delicate balance between resilience and vulnerability, proving that high-stakes journalism could coexist with authenticity. Her controversies, debates, on-air confrontations, and even appearance speculation never overshadowed her ability to shape narratives and command attention. In a media landscape driven by clicks, outrage, and viral moments, Megyn Kelly thrived not by avoiding conflict, but by embracing it strategically. She became a living case study in perseverance, adaptability, and the power of controlling one's story. From a curious child in Illinois to a media mogul navigating the storm of fame, scrutiny, and personal loss, Megyn's journey was marked by grit, intelligence, and an unwavering commitment to her principles. Her life in 2025 reflects the culmination of decades of tenacity. Every controversy, every challenge, every personal and professional setback was a brick in the foundation of her empire. Fans may debate her choices, criticize her appearance, or question her tactics, but none can deny her impact. Megyn Kelly's narrative remains one of fighter, a thinker, and a trailblazer who refused to fade quietly into the background.